Hey guys, thanks for coming and checking out another video with me. I hope you guys enjoy. I've gone ahead and put together tips and tricks part 2 for you. I've learned a lot of new things. We've been playing a lot of Aberration. Hopefully these are some pretty beneficial things for you. If you have any other questions, again, go ahead and put them down in the comments below. I'll make sure I get back to you guys. Thanks for watching and I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what's going to be replacing the Quetz for Aberration. The Carcanos here can actually go ahead and pick up all of your farming dinos just like before, and you can carry someone else around while you farm. Now obviously you can use a Doed to solo farm stone, which is a huge benefit. The great thing about these guys is they have a lot of weight, which means you can actually go ahead and use your farming dinos to pump whatever stats they need. So for example, Doeds need a lot of melee damage, Ankies need a lot of melee damage, etc. You can still farm just like you normally would. You can have someone actually on the dino while they swing. You can also harvest things like crystals. The Doed does really well at getting all of the normal things. The Roll Rat does farm the bushes automatically as well. I don't necessarily think that's going to be a reason to use it on this, but it is another benefit. Next up, we have this tip here. I feel like this is kind of an underused one and a lot of people still don't know about this. This is why we're going to touch on it really quickly. The Ravager here can and will be able to use any zipline, natural or placed by person. If you hold shift, you'll go a little bit quicker. If you don't, you'll just go at normal speeds. You can also turn around, meaning you can go up or down, even in the middle of the actual line. All you need to do is make sure that when you're looking at the actual wire, you have that little crosshair and you hit spacebar, you can be able to jump on and carry it. This is a very useful tip. So I wish I would have done this one a little bit sooner, but you can actually turn on all of the light up dinos automatically with the press of a button. In your emotes, you'll actually see this little light up button here. What you can actually do is bind that to a key. To access this on computer, you'll hold the left bracket, and then up here on the top left, you'll see the light. If you let go of the left bracket, will actually bind it to that key. You can then press it to turn them on, press it to turn it off. This works very well for many situations. So this one isn't so much a tip as it is actual fact. To get the best blueprints and the best items on the game, you're actually going to go to the overworld. During the night, you can actually get some really good stuff out here. There's blue drops, red drops, yellow drops, and purple drops. As you can see here, the best one I've gotten so far is this Mastercraft Spino Saddle, which was about 96 armor, but I believe you can get all of the guns, all of the weapons, any of the really good blueprints that you get out of caves normally come from this area here. I picked up a couple of long necks. This is all in one night, and again, nighttime does vary a little bit on this map, so I would definitely, make sure that you're checking to see how long day-night cycle is. You can do that by holding H, it's up on the top left. Usually it's about 50-50, it can go up to 90-10 or 10-90. One thing you do want to be very careful is it's very dangerous out here in this particular part of the map. So I'll go ahead and actually show you what I'm talking about right here. Oh my god!
It's called an alpha. We don't have any blueprints. That's what it's called.
It's an alpha. We're about to. You better find something to climb up, dude. This brings us into our next point. I want to talk quickly about the stone drake here. A lot of you guys are just now getting to the point where you'll actually start flying them. There's a couple of cool things you need to know about them. The first thing is what you just saw me do. If you right click, you'll unlatch to items. Latching is basically where you're latched to a wall, you can walk upside down, sideways, etc. The other thing is this right here. If you're flying, you can actually look at an item or a wall and you'll get that little reticle that you just saw there. If you left click while the reticle is out, you'll actually dive bomb to that. You can dive bomb off of one surface to another if you're latched on the side. You can't typically do it if you're on top, just normal flat, but just like that, you can see me diving from object to object. This is a very fast way and very easy way to move around the map. Additionally, if you're flying around, it's a really good way just to get up a little higher, just like that right there. Okay, now since we're doing a lot more dangerous things, this is going to be a good tip for you as well. So the new patch actually made the change to these plant Z's that they'll actually go ahead and passively heal you. As you can see, the Parasaur is actually beating on my Ravager pretty well, but the plant Z is actually keeping it alive as well. These actually have two benefits. One, they'll heal your mount, they'll also heal you, but the second benefit is they also give out a light discharge as well. So if you're fighting nameless, queens, kings, etc., they'll actually give them the debuff while keeping you healed up as well. This is a really good tool and a really good change that Wildcard made. This is going to be another gameplay mechanic that's been changed in Aberration, and it's actually a pretty cool one. So a lot of people don't know this, but charge sticks actually go ahead and power some of your electronics. Example here, this turret. You can also power a couple of other things such as a chem bench. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't work with things like the fabricator or the actual generator itself. Basically, anything that a generator would power, the battery packs can also power. One cool thing this is going to really do and make probably a pretty big change on officials specifically is that this is going to mean you have mobile turrets. Now you can place them down, throw a charge in there, and you can bring them anywhere you want. I do want to go ahead and make a note that you can actually stack multiple charges in here so you can actually keep a longer life battery if you need to. Additionally, it also works on the heavy turret, so this is a pretty cool change or a pretty cool add with Aberration as well. Here's another change that's specifically for Aberration. Gas is a little bit harder to get, but they actually went ahead and implemented a change that would make that a little bit easier. I'm not sure if this was on release or not. What you need to do is go into your engrams and actually learn the gas collector. Once you do that, in the chem bench, it actually unlocks the ability to be able to make gas. It's a pretty cheap recipe, so you guys should be able to make this no problem. Okay, there's just two more things I want to show you guys here. This one's going to be how to actually get element in here before you can kill a boss. Now, I've heard rumor that the boss doesn't actually drop element. I'm going to assume that's a bug, but in the meantime, you can make element here. It's very, very expensive. You can see the recipe on screen here, and it does take a little while to actually craft. Now, I do want to note that this only makes one element, so it's a very expensive recipe to make only one element. Additionally, it actually takes 8 batteries, which take a very, very long time. Well, not a long time, but it does take a while to charge because you either have to do it in a charging station, which drains basically the entire thing, or through running around and hitting the charge bugs. Now, as you'll see here, it actually does make the element on screen right now, and it only makes one of them. One thing to note is that it actually did also overload the station here. I'm not sure what that means or how it happened, but I can no longer use the station for about 5 minutes, so keep that in mind as well. This is going to be the last tip I'm going to show you guys on this video, but this is going to be how to actually make mushroom soup. This is something I kind of talked about in my how to steal a drake egg video because you will need it when you go into the radiation. What this does, this actually makes you immune, or not you, but your animals immune to radiation poisoning, and it only affects certain animals, so you won't need these for everything. The main thing that I've used them for so far is Ravagers. Keep in mind that I wasn't able to get this to work on a cooking pot. I was able to make it work inside the industrial cooker. So tried a couple of different things, wasn't able to get it to work here, but shouldn't be a problem, right? Just use an industrial cooker. Most of you guys should have access to that. And I think that's going to be it, guys, for this video. So if you guys have any other questions, please go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video, and thank you very much. Have a good day.